2001 and invested $100,000, well, today you would have had over $900,000 to show for it. The inventor of the software is Dr. John Price. He joins me now from our Sydney CBD studio. Dr. Price, welcome to Technology Behind Business this afternoon.
Thank you, Michael.
You say the objective of this software is to find great companies at great prices. How does it work?
Well, it's exactly that. I was a pure mathematician, a research mathematician, and then in 1997 I went to the annual meeting of Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's company, and I was just so excited by everything that I saw that I wanted to be able to emulate what he was doing. So I started writing software for my own investing, and then other people heard about it, and then it really grew into Conscious Investor.
Now let's drill into the details of the software itself, because what you essentially do is it scans the market to look for particular companies that meet particular criteria. Is that right?
I read everything I could get my hands on written by Warren Buffett to understand what his criteria were, and then sort of put that into the software. So there are obvious things like not too much debt, high return on equity, but then I developed some proprietary tools like how stable was the earnings and sales growing, and other tools like that to feed into the software. So that was the sort of great company side of things, what we call wealth winners. And then the second part of it was, okay, you can have a great company, but you can still pay too much for it. So the second part of the software was devising tools to work out what would be a profitable price to pay, when you should buy a company and when you shouldn't.
So there is a secret sauce in here, if you like, that you use over and above the normal generic filters.
A disciplined approach as well. But yeah, there are proprietary tools, trademark tools within Conscious Investor, that's true. We'll go into something like we're talking about our new Conscious Investor funds.
Now, you talked a lot about Warren Buffett, and you mentioned you'd gone to that conference, but as far as I know, he doesn't necessarily disclose all the kinds of things that he looks for in terms of making a good company. So you would have had to extrapolate in some senses what he was thinking.
Look, that's true, and I think my background as a research mathematician helped me in that regard, because I read everything I could get my hands on, and went to as many annual meetings as I could to really treat it like a research project.
And those figures that you talked about at the start, or I talked about at the start,
yes,
around the 100,000 and ending up with 900,000, is that something, if I were to invest tomorrow $10,000 using Conscious Investor, in 10 years' time, you're convinced that would outperform the market?
Now, with all the testing we're showing, it's just been, the results have been getting stronger and stronger every single year.